Hi, precious heart. Thank you for joining us for our weekly vlog. In the United States of America, we are moving toward the midterm elections. There are people from all walks of life and associated with all sides of the political spectrum that are saying this will be the most consequential election we have ever had. Due to diverse belief systems and varying perspectives, people have different opinions as to why they think this election is so important. Almost all of those opinions are based in fear and reflect the concern that if their particular party does not win the election, terrible things are going to happen. Today, the Company of Heaven wants to share information with us that will help us see the bigger picture and inspire us to change our perspective from an opinion based in fear to the realization that this election is a positive opportunity for the United States of America and the world. The beings of light are confirming that this is indeed the most consequential election we have ever had. That is because the consciousness codes have been activated within the DNA of the millennials and the children. They now have access to sacred knowledge that will prompt them to co-create new archetypes for what the Company of Heaven refers to as divine government. Divine government is a government of the I Am Presence, by the I Am Presence, and for the I Am Presence of every person. To fully comprehend just what that means, we must remember that our I Am Presence operates solely from the heart-based space of oneness and reverence for all life. This aspect of our own divinity is focused on our forward movement in the light and the fulfillment of our divine plan. Our I Am Presence always takes into consideration the highest good for all concerned when we allow it to intervene in the choices and decisions we make. Just imagine how different the world would be if our politicians were all functioning from the love-based consciousness of their I Am Presence. Imagine how much better things would be for everyone if the highest good for all concerned was taken into consideration with every decision our politicians make. I know that sounds like a fantasy, but the ways and means of inspiring that kind of heart-based behavior and integrity are exactly the kind of sacred knowledge that has now been activated within the DNA of the millennials and the children. The I Am Presence of every millennial and every child is gently pushing the sacred knowledge that has been activated within the consciousness codes of their DNA to the surface of their conscious minds and their intuitive knowing. This is occurring in perfect alignment with each one's divine plan. If you pay attention to what is occurring in the outer world, you will see that there are many reports indicating that high school and college students, many of them not even old enough to vote, are becoming active for the very first time in our political system. These young people are registering people to vote and encouraging people in all walks of life to become engaged in their own well-being by supporting candidates who are striving to improve the quality of life for everyone. They are seeking people who are smart and well-informed and who have a higher level of consciousness, and they are inspiring them to run for office. The millennials and the children are not easily deceived, and they are not buying in to the lies and misinformation the politicians are polluting the airwaves with in order to manipulate and control the masses. They are campaigning for candidates who are committed to preserving the earth and are demonstrating innovative ways to cleanse and purify the water we drink, the air we breathe, and the food we eat. The youth are also supporting people who are genuinely working to improve wages, health care, education, energy, and every other aspect of life that will lift people up and help them co-create positive lives for themselves and their families. The Company of Heaven is standing in readiness to help the millennials and the children tap into this sacred knowledge so that they can bring the archetypes for divine government into tangible manifestation within the hearts and minds of people everywhere. Since the United States is intensely engaged in the midterm elections at this moment, what better time to do this than right here and now? All that the beings of light need in order to become actively involved in this process is for you and me and the rest of awakening humanity to volunteer to be the open door for the light of God that will accomplish this vitally important facet of the divine plan. The events of our free seminar in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, were a monumental factor in this endeavor. On September 15th, 2018, we held our free seminar in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A wonderful group of dedicated lightworkers gathered at our free seminar, and we were joined in consciousness by thousands of lightworkers around the world who selflessly projected their light and love into the chalice of our heart flames in Pittsburgh. This exponentially expanded the amount of light our Father, Mother God, and the Company of Heaven were able to infuse into our planetary grid of transfiguring divine love. In perfect alignment with our Father, Mother God's newly initiated divine plan, this influx of light is amplifying the light work of every person on earth 1,000-fold every single day. Our free seminars are multidimensional activities of light. Each month, we not only serve as the open door through which our Father, Mother God can infuse our planetary grid of divine love with enough light to empower every person's light work 1,000-fold. We are also guided by the Company of Heaven through a second activity of light that is determined by the greatest need of the hour. The Company of Heaven revealed to us that pulsating in the etheric realms above Pennsylvania is a portal of light through which the patterns of perfection for divine government flowed into the mental and emotional strata of Mother Earth prior to our fall from grace. Once we descended into the abyss of separation and duality, the portal above Pennsylvania became almost dormant for eons of time. It was partially opened for our founding fathers when they wrote the sacred documents for this country. However, when we failed to live up to those truths written in the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States of America, and the Bill of Rights, the portal above Pennsylvania became dormant once again. The beings of light serving the evolutions of Earth from the realms of illumined truth were guided to keep the portal above Pennsylvania dormant until the sons and daughters of God on earth were awake enough to comprehend what divine government means. During our free seminar, we were informed by the Company of Heaven that with the successful activation of the consciousness codes within the DNA of the millennials and the children, a critical mass of consciousness had been reached that could comprehend the reality of divine government. With that knowing, the company of heaven guided us through an activity of light that opened the portal of light above Pennsylvania to full breadth. Now, the patterns of perfection for divine government are infusing our planetary grid of divine love and bathing the earth daily and hourly. The beings of light have given us an invocation that will help us to take full advantage of this amazing light. Every time we participate in this activity of light, our invocations will be amplified 1,000-fold. Please listen to your heart and participate in this activity of light as often as you are inspired to do so. We are invoking divine government. New DNA codes are being activated within every person at this time by his or her I Am presence. These codes contain not only the unfolding divine plan to reestablish divine government in the United States of America and the rest of the world. They contain viable solutions for the distorted and corrupt patterns of government that are surfacing to be healed and transmuted into light. As we affirm these words, know that we are joining in consciousness with thousands of lightworkers all over the world who are invoking this force field of light with us. We have unified our heart flames, and together, through our collective consciousness and our divine intentions, we are co-creating a chalice of light, an open door through which the immaculate concept for the divine plan involving the elections taking place in the United States of America and around the world will be brought to God-victorious fruition. And we begin. I am my I Am presence, and I am one with the I Am presence of all humanity. As one voice, one breath, one heartbeat, and one energy, vibration, and consciousness of pure divine love, I invoke my Father, Mother, God, and the great beings of light associated with co-creating divine government on this blessed planet. I also invoke the mighty archangels and the ascended masters guarding the evolutions of earth. Blessed ones, blaze the most intensified frequencies of divine will, divine love, and divine wisdom from the very heart of our Father, Mother, God, in, through, and around every person involved with the governments of earth in any way. I ask that you exponentially expand this divine light within the heart flame of every man and woman running for office in the United States of America at national, state, and local levels. Now, beloved legions of light, blaze these intensified frequencies of divine will, divine love, and divine wisdom in, through, and around every single registered voter in the United States of America. Awaken the entire electorate to the profound opportunity at hand and enlighten every person to the profound truth that it is time for divine government to manifest now. Let each person tangibly feel and experience the power, love, and wisdom of our Father, Mother, God flowing through their heart flame as they vote for each candidate and all of the issues before them. I now invoke the I Am presence of every person who will be elected during this election season, and all of those who are presently serving at national, state, and local levels, to take full dominion of that person's thoughts, feelings, words, actions, beliefs, and memories. Help that person to hear and to listen to the still small voice within that will guide him or her unerringly toward the fulfillment of the unfolding divine plan for this sweet earth. Now, beloved ones, seal the activity of light I have invoked this sacred and holy day in the immortal, victorious, threefold flame in my heart and in the heart of every person on earth. Expand this activity of light daily and hourly, 1,000-fold, until planet Earth and all life evolving upon her have God victoriously completed our ascension into the fifth dimensional, crystalline solar light frequencies of the new Earth. Now, through all realms of consciousness, I decree, victory is ours in love governing this planet. Victory is ours in love governing this planet. Victory is ours in love governing this planet. And so it is, beloved, I am that I am. Dear one, this is a cosmic moment in the evolution of this precious planet. Stay focused on the light and be the open door that no one can shut. God bless you, and I look forward to being with you next week.